I'm sure really proud of our guys. Just excited to kind of see them compete today and start the 2020 season. They've worked really hard and, decided to take on a team that's very talented and well coached at High Point, and what they did last year was really impressive. So our guys felt like they prepared really well, had a great week of practice, and leadership's been great. And it wasn't always pretty, but to get a win against a really good team at this time of year is just a great way to start.
Coach Torpy complimented you at his press conference and said you made some great halftime adjustments at faceoff. Was there anything special you did or told Shockey?
I felt like that was a big difference in the second half. Was if you just look at statistically, like we were able to, it was almost at times like we were able to like get a goal, get the ball again, get the ball, get a goal again, and that got us into rhythm. And credit them. First half we had a tough time getting the ball back. We struggled in the second quarter especially. And I give Coach Barberett and Shock and Connor all the credit. They do a great job, and Tyler really does an awesome job with our face-off guys. So he deserves, all the accolades for that.
Coach, you talked about the unselfishness of the team as one of the things that excited you at Media Day, and 14 assists on 23 goals today. Can you talk a little bit more about that unselfishness?
Yeah, I think, listen, I told the guys, like we were at the press conference, and I reminded them just when you guys asked the questions, reflecting about this team and how much fun it's been to be around them, and how much, it's been a great year. And even the season hadn't started, but they're fun to be around. They're a great group. They're really unselfish on and off the field. And I think you saw that today. If anything, maybe we overpassed at times. We certainly wanted to take some opportunities there. So, but again, I think you saw what we've been seeing. I don't think anybody cares about who gets the goal or who gets the credit. They just like being around each other, and they're really proud of wearing the Maryland jersey.
So, Coach, you had a lot of young guys step up early. Brennan playing early, Scherer playing at the midfield spot there at the LSM spot. Can you talk about their performance today?
Yeah, it's been a tough couple weeks for Jack Brennan. He actually went home to upstate New York middle of the week. His uncle passed away last week, and obviously, we feel for his family, and these guys did a tremendous job of supporting him through a tough time. And you're a freshman and you lose somebody really close to you, and a guy that helped introduce Jack to lacrosse. So I think the support of the teammates was huge for Jack, because he looked confident today, and it was early in the game and he was not afraid to step in there. So he did a good job. We had so many young guys, whether it was Connor or Justin, who's had a great year so far for us in practice. Josh Kaufman did a good job today. I thought Chris Brandel, settled down, and I think we helped him a little bit. But Jake Higgins did a nice job today. Nick Grill. So there's a lot of new parts that made huge contributions for us.
Speaking of Brando, what did you see from him in his debut in goal?
I liked his body language. I liked his presence. He made some saves early, and then they got inside on us, and they're ones that it's just tough. But he didn't flinch, stayed positive, cleared the ball well, drew an important penalty for us. It's hard to believe that that's his third start ever. So we still are young, but I think it's a good opportunity for him to grow and learn. And certainly got a big game next week against another really good SoCon team.
Logan, 6 goals, Bubba 6 assists. Talk about how you guys complimented each other today. I thought it was great.
Yeah, I'll start. Like he said, we're a really unselfish group. You just said it, Bubba had 6 assists. It's easy to play with guys like Jared, Jack Brennan got us, shot us out of the hole in the first quarter. It's kind of easy, playing with those guys. You just kind of move off of them. They see the game how you see it, and, you kind of just step in, those empty spots, and they give you the pass, and you just finish.
I think a lot of that is communication, too. I thought we did a pretty decent job of moving the ball today, but just everyone was on the same page. Our coaches really prepared us, and then the scout team gave us a great look through the week, so we kind of knew what they were going to throw at us, and we just talked. And High Point did a great job in the first half, great job all game, but I just think that we were just communicating great, and so we got a couple good looks.
John, 70 shots, whether fairly or not, this is a program known for transition offense and early offense. How good can this team be, kind of in those phases of the game?
Certainly the fun part is trying to figure out how good we can be, and trying to go to work every day. I think every year here you kind of look at what you have, and stylistically you play to what you have, and we feel like this is a team that, we have guys that handle the ball well, and there's been a lot of investment in our defensive personnel, and we have good athletes that are experienced now. Matt Rahill's a junior, and he handles the ball particularly well. Roman is a guy that, he's shooting righty, he's shooting lefty. If you're a defensive midfielder, typically those guys become, one-handed maybe, and they're good at defending. He's a guy in the open field, he can split either hand and shoot, and that comes from repetitions. You could tell all break he was working on his left hand, and he's a guy that we let go, and he's earned that right because he's practiced so much and he's invested. So we kind of tell the guys, we can adjust the game plan to what we have, and you guys becoming more diverse in your skill sets and being able to dodge and push and handle allows us to do more. If we don't have that and we're not very deep, then we probably have to be a little more cautious. So I think the depth is another thing for us, and the guys being fit. But these guys make such good decisions. These guys have been two of our best leaders so far on and off the field, and there's a lot of trust for us, and a lot of times it's them making the calls. And now with that ownership, you just feel comfortable that they'll make the right decision, get us organized, and they'll take a lot of responsibility for it, and they don't need us as much. And the game's so free-flowing, it's the best way to be.
Wayne.
The offense was spectacular, but can you guys, Bubba and Logan, comment on the defense and what kind of job you saw Brett do shutting down their torts on list attackmen?
Yeah, first and foremost, they have a great offense. I think our coaches, and mainly Jesse, did a great job of game planning just throughout the week. And we had a couple scout guys really step up into a big role. Kyle Brickard was wearing number 32 for scout, and I thought he was giving our defense a great look. The biggest thing, again, is communication down there. We have a lot of guys that are great at communicating off ball, so it helps the defense just be on the same page the whole time, and that allowed our defense to have a lot of success today.
Bubba and Logan, in the second half, it seemed like, in addition to the adjustments at the face-off X, it seems like you guys did a good job of moving off ball as well. Was that a big emphasis at halftime, trying to get some more open cuts moving off ball?
That's been an emphasis all spring, just moving. Whereas in years past, we've kind of just stayed on the perimeter and kind of let guys show and get off. Whereas this year, we're kind of free flowing. The offense is more kind of free flowing, and we can move. So it's been easy, be able to cut whenever you want and just fill, replace. It's kind of been nice to have that freedom.
Bubba and Logan, playing on a team like this with this much offensive talent, how much fun is that for you guys?
It's awesome. More importantly, these guys on the field and the guys on the team are just amazing people. So it's fun to be around them, and then just being able to go out and play a game with them is all the better in a Maryland jersey. I couldn't ask for anything else.
Coach, what is the conversation like? Obviously, after the second quarter, a lot of goals, for both sides, to sort of try to calm the game down. It looked like in the second half, you guys were much more sort of steady, both on defensively and obviously attacking.
Yeah, we had some breakdowns defensively. We have some young guys in there, and give High Point credit. And Coach Bernhardt, to Bubba's point, we went back and looked 2 years ago when we played them. It was a really tight game. We kind of looked at what they did, and Jesse anticipated some of what they did, which they actually did do. They took our short six behind a lot, so we prepared for that, and we were. We had practiced some things and we didn't quite execute them as well as we would have liked. Maybe we're a little step behind. We would slide, but then we would fill the crease, and they jammed it in and scored. They have, pretty athletic guys that they're one-handed, but they do a really good job of, they'll go one way and see if you go too far, and they'll try to get back to their strength. And at times we slid and we let them get back to their strength, and they got to the middle and hit some shots. So there's some things I think we need to improve upon, but I think those were points of emphasis in at halftime of, hey, let's just settle down, remember some of our keys, remember strength of hands, and then obviously winning face-offs is a big thing. You keep the ball away from them a little bit, and clearing the ball effectively and getting those grounders. Again, fewer stops for those guys to have to handle.
Coach, had you seen the John Tillman impersonation video before the game today?
No, I looked up and I'm like, this probably isn't coming at a good time because every guy on the team is probably looking at that right now. So, but I hadn't. But hey, have at it. You know, like as the leader, man, you got to have humility, and we all get picked on. So I give them plenty of ammo.
Well,
so
that's one
have
more
at it.
piece of film for you to look at, and we'll ask you about that next week.
No, it's all good. Like, listen, we all get after each other a little bit. So, and that's part of what makes like going in the film room. We'll do some different things, and listen, you know, have at it with me too. And like to me, that's kind of cool for them to have some fun with it. And they're very respectful kids. They're good-hearted kids. So, you know, I'll keep giving them more. So, plenty to pick on.
Anything else, guys? Last one, Jacob.
Bubba and Logan, can you guys talk about the importance of finding the offensive rhythm early on? The first couple minutes of the game, you guys scored 3 goals, and then to start the second half, you had 3 goals, 6-10 the lead from 9-7 to 12-7.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing, like, we come on the field and we had a lot of great structure at the beginning of the possessions, and that really helped us just getting that rhythm, that flow that you're talking about. So just if we were organized and we were communicating, then that's why we were having a lot of success early on. But
Yeah, to second that, I feel like Justin Shockey did like a great job, like picking up at the face-off X, like getting us that possession, so you know we could get in that rhythm and get those 3 goals, whatever it was, like at those end of the beginning of the quarters. So,
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.